Hello, and welcome to the 97th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the knitting world. It's been about 3 weeks since I last posted an episode, and well over that since I actually last did an episode. So I got a couple of finished objects. I've got a work in progress that I could actually show progress for, I think, and a couple of new cast-ons, some stash enhancements, and, other stuff. So this one's going to be kind of out of order, and you'll see why. So first thing I'm going to show you is one pair of finished socks that I did, which was my Draught of Peace socks. The yarn is from Area 51 Fibers, and here they are. You've seen them before, so they are both done. I still have to weave in the ends, I think, for this. No, did I? No, I wove in all the ends for this one. It's another sock, the one I did for the Christmas in July socks. I realized I forgot to weave in the ends. It's been so long. So last time you had seen, I was on the first sock, and I had made it up to about there. So I basically finished the sock, put in a fish lips kiss heel, and then went and finished the second one. I love it. I have a good amount still left over. I know I'm going to put it in my blanket, but I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with the rest of the leftovers. It's a good amount, actually. So I'm just going to take off the progress keeper, because there's no progress to show now. It's done. And so for this, I used my basic sock recipe, which is I use a size 0 US needle, cast on 64 stitches, 2x2 ribs, knit the leg for as long as I want to, put in a fish lips kiss heel, continue going until I reach, about the size of my baby toe, and then I just do, I think it's called a rounded toe. I think that's what it's called. And done. My other finished object is also a new cast on, and it's because Nitty Natty did something called a Sock Week Challenge. So I said, I can do this. So I did. And I started and I finished it within the first sock within 1 week. So, well, that's not impossible for me. It usually doesn't happen. But I did this while still working and, coming home tired. I still did it. I was so happy. And I kept it in the schedule. And I actually finished it a little bit earlier because she gives you 8 days to do it. And I think I finished it within about 6.5 days. So, yay. So the yarn I got was from Essence of Autumn. The colorway I got was Prairie Sock, and it was on, the base of her sock, the base of the sock I used is Prairie Sock, and the colorway is called Nympheus. I believe that's how it's pronounced, so turn it over so you can get to see. Okay, and here are the socks. So one ended up being a lot more, because I just did it continuously from one ball of yarn, so one ended up being a lot more color intense. This one's a little bit plainer. I decided to do a little bit of a pattern on it. It turned out okay, but you can't really see it. If I show it close enough right there. Yeah, that's the pattern I did on the leg and the foot. Just on the front and the front and the top of the foot. So that's what I did. It's a little bit easier to see on this sock as opposed to this one where it just looks like a jumbled mess. But still, I like it. I've woven the ends and everything. Did I? Yes, I wove in the ends and everything. So it's completely and totally done. So that's done. So my work in progress. First things first is my aunt's sweater. Technically, yes, I could have finished this. Did I? No. I worked on it a bit when I was at my dad's house on my week's vacation. So I almost finished the body. Once I get this thing all sorted and there. Yep, hold on. No. Yeah. So I'm almost finished the body. She wanted the cropped version, so it's not that long. And then I was just working on the ribbing. Honestly, I had like maybe half an inch to go. And I could finish the ribbing at the bottom and then do the sleeve. She wanted short sleeve, so, and then just the collar. I really could have gotten it done, but I did not. So this is where it's at right now. It's the yarn I used for this one. It was the Biche and Bouche in very light blue. That was the mohair. And the other one was Mondim Retrosaria in the colorway, which has a bunch of numbers, 114. So I'm still on the first ball for this one. I have not finished it. I'm on my second ball of the mohair. So I could probably finish this thing off in the same ball, I think, or maybe I might need to dip into the second one a little bit. But yeah, this thing does not eat much yarn, in my personal opinion, because I finished an entire sweater for myself with 2 balls in the orange colorway. So there is that. And I think that is, hold on. Yes, you see me. Okay. I think that's everything for my works in progress. The other thing I did kind of work on was my olive leaf sweater by Ririko. I did maybe about 2 rows. It's not really anything much to talk about, so I didn't even bother going to go hunt it down. It's somewhere over in this direction. I'll worry about that when I'll show it off on the next episode when I do it, for sure. Next thing, we're gonna go on with new cast-ons. So you already saw one of them because it ended up being an FO, and that supersedes cast-ons in my opinion. So the other thing that I did was, after I finished my Sock Week socks and I finished my Draught of Peace socks, I cast on a pair of socks called okay, let's see if I can pronounce this. Yatin Kied Daout. I don't know. I'll put the name up on the screen. Translated into English, it's The Intertwined Socks by Tina Ku. So honestly, it's a very nice and simple sock. I like it. And the yarn that I'm using for this one is my first skein of Cozy Posy. It is so soft and nice. So hold on, let me just take out the tag. So this is the Cozy Posy. It's a beautiful dark forest green, and the colorway is called Jasper on her fancy base, which is 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. If you can see that. If it will focus on something other than my hand. See that one? No? Okay, I'll make sure I put it on the screen. So, for that one so far, I just finished the leg. I have to I have to start on the heel. So this is where I am now. So this is the first foot, the right foot. I think I did pretty good. I love the stitch definition. It feels so nice and soft. Yeah, so that's how far I've made it on that one. So, loving it. I am absolutely loving it. The only reason I stopped doing it is I reached this point this morning, and I'm there like, I don't want to show it off mid-heel, so yeah. So I'm using a size 0 US. Yeah, it's a lot of knitting through the back loop. That much I know, but it's at this point. Got a good amount to go. I don't have a pair of, sorry. There we go. I don't have a pair of plain socks to work on right now because, yeah, I used to having one, but then I realized, what was it? On Saturday night or Friday, I didn't have any that was already wound up, unless I was going to go for, like, something variegated. I don't have any self-striping that's available to go right now. Everything is still in the skein, so I got to work on that. I'll spend the time to wind up something new so that I have something else on the needles. But I have other stuff that I want to finish. But having a pair of, like, plain basic socks also makes it easy just to pick up and knit and not have to worry about a pattern or anything like that. So that's everything for my cast-ons. So let's go to my stash enhancements. So, hold on. This is going to be a little bit of crinkling. Where is it? So I saw a pair of socks online. First person I saw with this pattern was, Kirsten from Vine. She had a pair of socks that were made by, I just remember that they're made by Joji Locatelli, and I love the way that they looked. It was something about Paris. I just know there's a lace type of thing on the top of it, and it stripes down, and apparently it's good practice for helical knitting. So I liked it so much, I decided I need yarn, and I want yarn that matches in those colors. So I got yarn, and I did something I haven't done in a long time. I ordered yarn from Woolmies. I love yarn from Woolmies. I just haven't done it in a while. So I'm planning on making those socks. So these are the two skeins that I got to do it. Okay, so this one, hold on, stay, good. Can I remember the name of these things? Did I put it? No, I didn't write down on my notes. Dang it. I'm usually much better. Well, I'm trying to be. I think this one's called Romantish. That's the name of it right there. And then the other skein is called Teddy. There you go. So, not yet. I'm probably going to skein them up and put them in one of the bags over there. Ah, right there. That one. Put them in one of those red bags, and when I'm ready to pick them out, just take them out and get them ready to go. So, that was my only yarn acquisition. Everything else was bags. I kind of went nuts on bags because I said, I don't need any more yarn. I have a lot of yarn. I'm not going to buy any more. I'm going to save my money. Ooh, bags. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show, Sandy by the Lakeside had an update, and I decided I was very much going to take advantage of it. So I got a bag from her. I really like the one that I got, which was golden, with the golden hour set with her and the Cozy Knitter. So when she actually did an update, I jumped on it and I got it. So that's one. I saw that Knitter's Nook. She is out in Vancouver. She does bags. She does yeah, she does bags. She does stitch markers and all of that kind of stuff. She had a set of bags about Paris, and I decided to take advantage of that, and I saw another bag, and I bought one too. So, there's this one. This is the tulip bag. Nothing to do with Paris, but I like the way it looked. And when I say stitch markers, she actually uses chainmail to do it. So a lot of her stitch markers look like, have like that kind of a look to it. I think it's really, really cool. I was like debating, should I take it off and use it, or should I just let it stay? I'm gonna be nice and just let it stay where it is. I love it. I think it's pretty. So the Paris bags, there's this one. I just didn't realize that it had sparkle on it. If you can see that. Yeah. So this is one of them is a tall bag. I don't know which one is which. One of them is a tall bag, and the other one, I guess, is a medium bag. Right there. Both use the same fabric, and they both have her zipper tie pulls with their chainmail. And the inside, oh, this is actually pretty spacious. I haven't actually opened it up. I just said, yay, and I threw it into my bin. So that's the inside. And this one, I believe, is much bigger. Yeah. And then she also gives you a nice wristlet. You can keep it around your wrist. I didn't think I would need something like that. And then I actually started, oh, we're going to a museum. Perfect. So, yeah, that was from Knitter's Nook. Yeah, pretty certain that's the one she uses. Because she's got two Etsy shops. Just trying to keep track of which one is which. And then I finally got what I consider the last piece to what would have been a wonderful festival in Montreal for yarn. So this was the last part of what would have been the set for Max the Knitter that he was vending at the Knitters. I can't remember what it was, the festival that was going to be happening in Montreal. I'll put the name of it down there. So he was planning on having bags, and they got sold out almost immediately when he put them up online, and I didn't know about it till afterwards. But I had gotten the enamel pin and the Progress Keeper, but him and Paradise Isles decided to redo the bags, and I was very happy, so I got them. So the first one is La Vie en Tricot, which I'm assuming knitting life is basically what it is. Yeah, the life in knitting is pretty, yeah, that's what it works out to being, La Vie en Tricot. And on the back, she also put Les Garçons, which is the name of his company. And so it's got the just plain black on the inside. It's a sturdy canvas material, and then has a zipper on the back. So that's one. And then the other one, sorry, it's this one. See the polar bear and the fox. And it's the same thing, black on the inside. And after it says Les Garçons on the back. So I'm happy. So that's 5 bags. And now I have to say no more bags as well. So that is everything for all of my stash enhancement. Put those inside there. Now it's about using up my stash is what it is. So that is everything for for that. So let's go on to my other stuff that's going on. Another one thing I plan on doing. For there's actually I think I spoke about. Did I speak about this before? No, I couldn't have spoken about it because it wasn't available. Yes, sorry, I had to think back. It was like yeah. So it's the fall garment knit along that Nitty Natty is doing. It's already started. Started August 21st. To me, that's not fall, but for her it is. So she's having a knit along going from August 21st until I guess about November 20th, for whenever. Yeah, for her. So I decided I am going to participate. I can use works in progress. So that's what my olive leaf sweater will be doing as soon as I finish my aunt's, because I just want that completely done and out of the way. But then on top of that, for that, I plan on doing the rose cardigan. I've talked about this before. I'm probably going to start it in a couple of... No, I'm going to start at the beginning of October. There's other news as well that I got to get something done first. But so I'm looking forward to get started on that. But I need to finish off what I have, and hopefully with that with that timeline I'll be able to finish my aunt's sweater, make a huge dent on my olive leaf sweater, because that will be my major knitting project to do. I'm assuming by that time I'll at the very least be in the body where it's pretty much stockinette, I believe, if I looked at the pattern correctly. It's just stockinette all the way around, going down for as long as you need to go. So it shouldn't take too long in theory, but it's motivation not to do too many things at one time is pretty much the problem. So I already know that I would prefer to use Cozy Posy yarn. I have not decided on the colorway, but what I do plan on doing is setting up an appointment at the Knitting Loft and getting Maria's opinion, because I love her taste in colors, and she's already done one before, so I'm assuming between her and her mother, one of the two of them can help me figure out exactly which one I should get for that yarn. And also, I have to take into account they are going to be closing temporarily, but I believe that's not until August. Not August, it's not until October, due to the store finally doing its full expansion. So they had gotten the property beside them, and they're going to be expanding out to there. But of course, if you want to do that, and they're generally set up, you still need time to actually do things like knock out the wall in between the buildings and that kind of stuff, and move everything fully over. So they got to close the store in order to do that. You can still do, if you're planning on shopping with them, you can still do online shopping with them, no problem. They said that they're still going to be, if you order it and you're coming to the store to pick it up, they will still bring it out to your car for you. That's no problem. So I need to get my yarn for my rose cardigan before that, so that I'm set. Because I don't have a car, I don't want to do parking, and it hurts me to pay for postage for something that's like, I don't know, half an hour on the bus. I don't want to pay for postage for that if I don't have to. So that is the plan for that. So those are my two major projects. I actually started, based on watching podcasts and different sweaters that I've seen people do online or what they're planning on doing, I actually started a list of different sweaters that I want to do. I don't have the paperwork with me, but it's like, I wrote it down. I wrote down the size of the yarn, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting to work my way through that list, but the rest of it probably won't start until like next year or something like that. So, oh yes, my update on my Advent calendar stuff that I am going to be doing. So I don't know if I said it. Yes, I did say it before, I think, I did the Cozy Knitter Advent socks. I pre-ordered that yarn. Guys, is there anything on my screen? I pre-ordered that yarn. So it's just a matter of waiting. There's no rush for it because it's not supposed to be until like December anyways. I pre-ordered the Sweet Georgia one. That was my third one that I did not know which one I was going to do. But Sweet Georgia has like a mini skein set Sweet Georgia has a mini skein set for coming up for the winter. So I decided to get the winter set, which are the cooler colors. I'm looking forward to that. Sorry, it's also coming with a pattern and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do the pattern because I think I just pretty much want the mini skeins to go into blankets and that kind of stuff. So I'm still debating. I guess it depends as to what I'm going to see. But the pattern is a mystery knit along type of thing. So I don't know if I really want to do that because it's for like a shawl or scarves and that kind of stuff. And I've seen the pile of shawls I have. I don't wear them. So there's no point in me really knitting another one. And then the last one that I signed up for was Area 51 one. The Area 51 Fibers put up her listing for the for her advent, and I signed up for it. I knew I was going to. That was pretty much a given. It was just a matter of who was going to be my third option. So I did that, and it's a matter of waiting for that. No worries about that. So when that comes, that comes. It's not till way later on. So I'm excited about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I get. Yeah, so that's everything for, I guess, the plans for between now and the end of the year. So, other stuff. So, before you had heard about me taking a week's vacation and going to spend it at my dad's house with my younger siblings and my stepmom and my dad, he discovered my podcast. I don't know, maybe I had mentioned something, I wasn't really thinking about it, and he ended up watching it, and he was actually pleasantly surprised. So, sorry, Dad, itchy nose. So if you're watching this, hey, and yes, just in case you didn't go back to the first episode like I told you, you are the one who showed me how to knit. So we had a discussion about that, but because he was watching them out of order, and he says, don't forget who taught you how to do it. And I'm like, if you watch the episodes in order, you would know I mentioned that on the very first episode. Anyways, so yeah, so that's done. So that was actually pretty fun. Let's see, what else? I got a new iPad. Yeah, that was the other big thing that I did. My old one, the iPad mini, love it dearly. Had it for years. It didn't want to hold on to its battery power. Every time I would charge it, like there was one time I was sitting at the house at his house, and it was at 90% when I first unplugged it. And we were supposed to go somewhere, and I had it off of the plug. And by the time it was time for us to go, which was an hour later, it was down to 20%. That's annoying. Like, you can't really do anything with that kind of, with that. And since it's not like a Samsung or an Android device where you can get to, if you want to change the battery yourself, you can't do that with an Apple one, or you technically can, but they don't make it easy for you to do that. So I said, forget it. We're just gonna, it's done. It lasted me 5 years. I think it's time for me just to get it replaced. So I did, and I kind of upgraded with a nicer one. I'm not going to complain though. I really do like the one that I have, which is the one I'm currently filming on. I'm hoping the video quality would look just as good, if not better, and I don't have to worry about the space issue for the video, because the main reason I took so long to upload my last video was due to the fact that I would record the video, no problem with that. If I tried to edit the video and then save that edited video, it would tell me there's not enough space to edit it. However, then I'd go through all of the old stuff on my iPad, and it would say that there's like next to nothing on the iPad, but then it would tell me that it's full and I can't get to save the video. So it's just like, okay, so I've edited it, but I can't save the edit. I've taken off just about everything. What else do you want me to take off? Like, there's nothing left. So, and then when if you look into the storage, it will tell you what you've used on your computer, on your iPad. It's all under other. So I can't really say, oh, I have too much music or I have too much of this, because I had like no music on my iPad. I didn't save any other videos on there. I made sure I cleared them out. I even made sure like my precious videos with like my grandfather singing and all that kind of stuff, those are saved to my desktop and on my on my drive that doesn't have anything to do with my iPad. There's no space. It was like none of those are there. Like, there's nothing there other than the original video I recorded and the edited one. That's it. And it will tell me that there's no space. I'm done with it. I don't have the time and patience. So temporarily, that iPad is living with my mother. She doesn't need it for much. She uses it to read the Bible, I assume. Or it's just sitting down there collecting dust. I don't know. I promised her, because before I even bought the old one, she declared that when I was getting my new one, the old one was hers. So I'm going to be buying her a brand new one for her birthday. She already knows about this. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with that old one, but I can't be bothered with it. It's stressing me out far too much. So that's pretty much the end. That's pretty much the end of it. Yeah. My niece is growing and she's looking very good. What else? I'm thinking. Okay, I can't think of anything else right now. So that's going to be it for this week. Thank you for spending your crafting time with me. Oh, one more thing. I'm still looking for suggestions for what we can do for a random giveaway. Um, you know what? I think I'm going to keep it very simple. So since this is the 97th episode, on the 99th episode, I am going to be putting up a Google Sheet form and have you guys, if you could put like just your name and I'm going to get this set up. Don't worry, you don't have to do this now. I'm going to put up a Google Sheet format. Just give your name and your email address, and then we'll just do a random draw for the stuff. I'll show off what the stuff are again on episode 99, so that's 2 from now, so that by episode 100 I'll have people to give it away. Everything that I have right there is in that first that I'm going to be giving away is inside of that. So I showed off the yarn in the last episode. I've added in, I think, one more thing inside there, and yeah, so that's gonna be everything for that. So again, thank you for spending your crafting time with me. I hope to see you again next time, and that's everything. Bye.